And that's when I saw that thing in the sky one day. It has disturbed me ever since, and I have only been harassed by those I've trusted that information with. I'm glad to have a friend like you around I can share this stuff with because honestly, it deeply disturbs me, said the man wearing rancher clothing with a black cowboy hat to his friend. Don't worry, bud, I got your back. Is your wife around? Replied Nick to his friend, who looked like he was from the city. I do believe so. She's been supportive of me in this process of trying to figure out what happened to me that day, said the man with the black cowboy hat. My daughter is also doing well. She's about that age where she's getting into boys now, and it's got me on the edge of my seat night and day, making sure no boys are around. She is a looker like her mama, and I do feel blessed with my family and what land I got. Hell, if you wouldn't mind helping me out with some work around here, friend, I can hook you up with a pal of mine who'd love to help someone like you out, said the man with the black cowboy hat to Nick. Well, if you'll excuse me, bud, I got to take a phone call outside real quick, and it was good to see you again. Your daughter is beautiful, bud, and you've been blessed with a mighty fine plot of land out here. I'm surprised them government men I sent out here the other day who were looking for you didn't buy it off of you, but after seeing all of this, I'm sure glad they didn't. I'll be right back, said the man from the city, walking outside of the man's house. He walks out to his car and dials a number and begins waiting for who'd be on the other line. Nick starts speaking in a whispered tone to the phone. Yeah, he has a fine piece of ass too. Walking around, he's crazy. You know, he's finally lost it. So I don't think anyone will notice if he's removed from the picture. There's even his old flame. I think that you wouldn't mind taking a gander at, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up here and head back to the spot. Okay, yup, thank you, doctor. I'll get on it right away. It's good to hear your voice again. I'll call you later. Nick walks back to the house and says that something came up, an emergency that he needed to take care of, as he starts making long eye contact with his daughter on the way out, as if he were trying to entrance her to stare back at him. The man with the black cowboy hat just thanks him for being a friend and that he's always welcome there. So Nick rushes to his car and gets in and leaves immediately in his fancy vehicle and heads to a ran-down apartment complex in a shady part of the city and knocks on a door inside. A man who looks ex-military opens the door and instructs him to come in. He is only known by his name, and that's Vet, like a veteran in the army. Vet starts asking Nick what he found, and Nick says that not only did he record him saying he saw UFOs on recording to use against him, but it would also help get that land and his women. We just convinced them their dad lost it, and we get pussy every single night. Whimpers Nick, frustrated, with a visible boner from thinking about his sick fantasies. We can't afford anyone making us look like we don't have air superiority over our own skies. I wouldn't mind getting my dick wet with this fine piece of ass you have me looking at here, but that's besides the point. Women like her, you can find anywhere for the right price. You can keep his daughter because you've been a good boy. I'll arrange everything for that, but I get the land, replied Vet in a very authoritative way. I just don't see how we keep getting away with this for this long. Why does the government hate aliens and UFOs so much? Nick stated to Vet. If we don't make it look like those who do see these crafts are unstable or crazy, it's harder to make sure people believe us to get public opinion in our favor. If they are Soviet or Nazi spies making up false flags, that also is a cause for suspicion. And if what they say is in fact true, then we'd need to know, and we want to at least be aware of an incoming invasion of some kind. If it is just our enemies in some kind of craft we can't detect, there is a lot aiming at us, and something like this doesn't sit right with anyone. No cares what happens to who says it, if it's a lie though. If it isn't true, and they are just a liar, and from there, anything can take root. And that's when we can use this guy for the fruits of his labor. In the meantime, this guy is no different from the rest of them, if what you are telling me is true. We just need to make sure we don't get caught, replied Vet. A week later, hello, we are from the State Health Department. Are you feeling okay? Have you been seeing any UFOs or aliens recently? I just got a call from a concerned person who says you may be under the influence of some kind of drugs, or your mind may not be working right. Is that what's going on right now? Is your mind working properly? Well, we didn't need a warrant when someone called us and said you were just being a little crazy. Oh, I guess we are going to do this then. Okay, well, we are going to put you in this jacket, okay? Don't worry, the UFOs and aliens won't bother you anymore, okay? Said the state health worker with the police of militarized police force. Daddy, no, you can't take my daddy away from me, cried the daughter of the man with the black cowboy hat. He's sick. He needs to be in a hospital. He was lying about seeing things that isn't there, and he was using that to get with your mom. Don't worry, though. I don't see things that don't make sense, so you can stay close with me, okay? I have money and a future selling other people's stuff. Don't worry, we will get you somewhere safe where you can be warm tonight, okay? Even if it's right next to me, said Nick. It works every time. We can't afford to have anything and or anyone try to make us look foolish within our own borders. Don't worry, ma'am. See, he was telling you this sick stuff to have you believe there were aliens and UFOs out there to sleep with you, and in fact could be the reason why your daughter has been born at all. You should always remember that about him. I know what I'm talking about because I fought for this country and I've seen death before, and I will fight for this country's image no matter what. Call me sometime, ma'am. I don't need to lie to you to sleep with you because I do notice how you are looking at me right now. Like you got nowhere to go now because your husband abandons you with lies. He must be compensating for something. I mean, he could try that shit with me. I'm twice his size from being in the war, and I do mean below as well, stated Vet as he's conversing with the man with the black cowboy hat's wife. Now, if only we could do something similar with these damned mongoloids called American Indians we have here with their "we need clean drinking water and rights" bullshit, whispered Vet as he's walking away, flexing his muscles to that man's wife.